Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel, Batrep. Today we're doing something special. You're here with GBHL James and also with
Steve.
And we've got Steve here. And today we are going to be playing one of the new scenarios from the new Desolation of Smaug sourcebook. And what you're going to see today is the rescue. So we hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you comment below and let us know how you find this battle. So this is the board that we're going to be using for today's rescue. We roll a dice and we see who is going to be the attacker and the defender. The defender must start 6 inches from the centre of the board and deploys all their war bands there, whilst the attacker can deploy anywhere which is 12 inches from the centre of the board, no closer, and also has to be 12 inches from any board edge. You deploy one war band at a time, so we're going to roll and see what we get now. So we're rolling to see who is attacker and who is defender. And I get to choose. So this is the army I'm going to be taking today. This is my world famous all-mounted Rohan, led by Éomer, Knight of the Pelennor, with his armoured horse and shield. Moving along the warband, we've got 2 Sons of Ale, we've got 2 mounted Royal Guard, we've got 2 Outriders, and then we've got 3 Westfold Red Shields. And in the second warband, we've got our trusty Éomer. Sorry, we've got our trusty Erkenbrand. We have 3 Sons of Ale. We've got 1 Rohan Royal Guard, and we've got the 3 Westfold Red Shields. So, on to Steve's army. So, going into the Gondorian attackers, this is what Steve has decided to bring. So, he's got a King of Men leading his army, and the King of Men's got a shield, heavy armour and shield, and he's going to be leading these 12 Osgiliath veterans, which are obviously lovely looking models. Then, next warband along, we've got a captain who's got heavy armour and shield. Heavy armour and shield, and he's going to be leading 10 warriors of Minas Tirith. It looks like 5 of them have got spears. 5 with spears and 5 with shields. And then we've also got Beregond over here, who is going to be leading 6 knights of Minas Tirith. And they've got shields and lances. And is that a banner at the back? Yep, and a banner. And then over here we've got 1 more Captain of Gondor, and he's got 2 Fountain Court with him. So that's the Gondorian force. Let's move into deployment. So this is how it's looking after setup. As you can see, my defenders, my leader has set up there, Éomer, and they got a kind of outward looking circle there, and exactly 12 inches away, most of the way round on this flank, we have the armies of Minas Tirith. And then the rescuing force, Erkenbrand, has deployed over here. So we're going to roll, turn 1, priority. So in this scenario, the rescue, the attacker always has the priority, so we're not going to roll for priority, we're going to go straight into Steve's movement. So this is the battlefield after movement. Now Steve chose just to move his Minas Tirith knights up slightly, but if we actually look, he's not moved much at all. Whereas I've moved some of my guys around just to make sure they're in better bow positions, and I've tried to get Éomer, Knight of the Pelennor, away. In the meantime, my rescuers have come up into that channel and down this channel here. So we're going to move into shooting. So there's no shooting on the side of Gondor, so we're going to go straight into Rohan shooting. Now we've got the 2 Outriders there on the end, neither of them have moved. We've got the Westfold Red Shield here who has moved, he's going to be represented by a red dice. And we've got the Westfold Red Shield here who didn't move, so he's going to be represented by the blue dice. So the green dice needs 3s, the blue dice needs 4s, and the red dice needs 5s. And all miss. This Westfold Red Shield who hasn't moved, he's going to take a shot at that Knight of Minas Tirith through between the tree and the rock. So he hasn't moved, so he needs a 4+. And he hits. Does he hit the horse or the rider? He hits the rider. And I need another one of these 6s, and we get a 4. Could have done with hitting the horse. Next up, we've got the rescuers here. We've got the 2 Outriders and the 2 Westfold Red Shields. All have moved, so they're going to be firing at the Osgiliath veterans over here. And so we need 4+ on the green dice, which is the Outriders that have moved, and 5+ on the blue dice. Oh gosh. Reroll the cock dice. And we get 1 hit. So we've got a 4+ in the way for the rock, and it hits, and a 6 to kill him, and it's a 3. So, no good shooting there from Rohan. We're going to move straight into turn 2 priority. It's priority Gondor. So this is the battlefield after movement, and it was Gondor's priority. So Steve just moved his guys up to start advancing on what was a precarious position, and he's also moved up his Knights of Minas Tirith down his right flank. In the meantime, I've moved Aim and Knight of the Pelennor back quite far, supported by those Royal Guard, and I've also just made sure I'm out of charge range of some of these guys if he gets priority next turn, whilst at the same time trying to keep as many of the bow guys still as possible to get some shots off. And around here on my right flank, the Sons of Ale, led by Erkenbrand and a Royal Guard, are just making way round the back, threatening his left flank. So we're going to go into shooting. So this band here are going to be trying to shoot back at the Osgiliath veteran Spearmen. But the Outriders needing 3+, the Westfold Red Shields needing 4+, and one of the Westfold Red Shield who's moved needing 5+. 3s on the red, 4s on the blue, and 5s on the green. 4 hits till they hit the front rank. And all of them hit the front rank. Needing 6s to kill. Oh! 2 6s.
Only 2.
Just those 2 closest ones. Yeah. And 2 Osgiliaths go down. Next up, this Westfold Red Shield who hasn't moved. He's going to be firing at that Knight of Minas Tirith there. 4s to hit. And he hits. Does it hit horse or rider? It's the rider. Needing 6s to kill the rider. Oh! And he goes down. That's the one. Wow. Ouch. Next up there, the Outrider at the front is going to be shooting at that Knight Minas Tirith there. 3+ to hit. And he misses. So the guy behind is going to be doing the same thing. He needs 4s. And he misses. So this Westfold Red Shield here, he's going to be firing at that Osgiliath Spearman there. 4s to hit. And he misses. And finally, the Outrider on the end, he's going to be shooting at that Knight of Minas Tirith there. He will have the inner way for the tree. 3+ to hit. And he hits. 3+ in the way for the tree. Oh, sorry, 4+ in the way for the tree. And it's a 1. So that's the battlefield at the end of turn 2, moving into turn 3 priority. And it's drawn, which means it's priority to Rohan. So this is how it's looking at the end of movement. So as you can see, it was my priority. So I have moved back with these guys, half with the guys with the bows, and also just moved back a little bit more with my force leader. These guys have stayed where they are. I just wanted to keep out of range there. Steve's rearranged his warband back here to face off against Erkenbrand's little venture on the flank, while these guys have moved up through the centre, and the Knights of Minas Tirith have stayed on that side of the woods. So now that movement's over, we're going to go into Rohan shooting. So we're going to start off with the Outrider at the front there, is going to be firing at the Knight of Minas Tirith in the front. He needs a 3+ to hit. And he hits. Does it hit the horse or rider? Hits the rider. And 6s to kill the rider. It's a 3 and he lives. So the Outrider behind is going to do the same. 3+ to hit. He hits with a 6 again. Horse or rider. Hits the horse. So needing 5s to kill the horse. Whee! And it's that front rider there. His horse goes down. This front rider, what does he get? He gets a 5 and he's fine. Next up we'll do the Westfold Red Shield here that moved. He's going to be firing at the knight behind, or to the side there. He's moved, so he needs a 5+. And he misses. Next one's going to do the same. 5+. He hits. Horse or rider. It's the horse. 5s to kill the horse. Oh, and it's a 3, and the horse lives. And the final shot on this side is going to be the Westfold Red Shield here, shooting at one of the Osgiliath Spearmen. So he's moved, so he needs a 5s to hit. He hits. Does he get through the guy in front? Yes, he does, and he needs a 6 to kill behind. We get a 1, and he lives. And the bowmen on my right flank, they're going to be firing priority Spearmen at the Osgiliath veterans over there. The green dice need 3+, and the red dice need 4+. So, needing 6s to kill. And they live. So this is how the rescue is looking at the end of that turn. We're going to move into turn 4 now, priority. And it's priority Gondor. So this is how it's looking at the end of movement. So, Steve just reinforced some of his guys on that side. Moved his King of Men, supported by a spear there across. Some of these guys have actually started doing the advance into the middle. Some of his Knights of Minas Tirith have entered the woodland there, presumably to come across. And because it suits me, I'm staying well out of it at the moment. Just trying to use my bow fire advantage to withdraw and shoot. So we are going to go on to start shooting now. So starting off Rohan shooting, we've got the Westfold Red Shield here. He's going to be shooting at the Knight of Minas Tirith through there. He's moved, so 5+ to hit. And he misses. Next one here, shooting at a Osgiliath veteran in the front. Needs 4s to hit. And he hits. 6s to wound. And he lives. So next up we've got this group here. We've got the Westfold Red Shields, and the Outriders are going to be firing at the Minas Tirith Knights there in the woodland. Blues need 3s, greens need 4s. 3 hits. The Westfold Red Shield is going to try and hit that one on the end because that's all that he can hit. So, does he hit the horse or rider? Hits the rider. 6 is to kill. And 2, he doesn't get him. So the next Outrider, horse or rider, hits the horse. 5's to kill. Doesn't get it. And next one, horse or rider, hits the horse. 5's to kill. Hey, and the one at the front, his horse goes down. So, thrown rider. Rolls a 3, so he's fine. So that's how it's looking at the end of the turn. We're going to go into turn 5, priority now. Or turn 6, I think, even. Priority Rohan. So this is how it's looking at the end of movement. So I just moved my cavalry with their bows back here. Got the Sons of Ale in range of the Knights of Minas Tirith. Kept everything the same over here and just did a bit of squidging about on this end. Meanwhile, Steve just trying to reinforce his line over there and just started bringing this group closer towards my force leader, as well as taking those cavalry out of the woods. So we are going to go into shooting. So going into Rohan shooting, we've got the Outrider in the middle who's moved. He needs a 4+, and then we've got the 2 Westfold Red Shields needing a 5+, shooting at that Knight of Minas Tirith through that gap. So let's see who hits. And no hits. Next up, these guys shooting at the Osgiliath Vets. The green dice, the Outriders needing 3+, 4+ from the blue dice. There we go. So just on those front guys, needing 6s. And 1 goes down. So another Gondorian is skirmished to death. We're going into turn 7, priority. Priority Rohan. So this is the battlefield after movement. So obviously it was my priority. So I've moved these guys up round here. And as you can see, Steve's responded by moving away and trying to bring the bulk of his force against Eamon's little wall bound over here. And then pretty much stayed static on this side. In the meantime, Erkenbrand's little group of raiders have gone around there, so we're going to go into shooting. So again, all of these guys are going to be firing at any of the Osgiliath veterans, starting from the front there. So greens need 3s, blues need 4s. 3 hits, needing 6s to kill. And 1 goes down. Next up, the Outriders who moved half are going to be firing at those Knights of Minas Tirith. 4s to hit. 1 hit. Horse or rider. It's the horse. 5's to kill the horse. Oh, and the horse goes down. So he's going to take a thrown rider. And he's fine, he gets up. So here's the battlefield at the end of the turn. We're going to move into turn 8 now, I think. Turn 8 or 9. Priority.
Yes,
priority Rohan. So this is the battlefield after movement. So as you can see, my little detachment here have moved back, as did those guys there, just getting themselves out of range. The other guys on this side just moved up slightly, and Steve has started to push out, all out, really pushing me right out to the rear, to the edges of the board now. We're going to go into shooting. So the 2 Outriders here that have moved are going to shoot at the 2 Osgiliath veterans through there. They have moved, so they need 4s. 1 hit. And 6s to kill. It's a 3. And all these guys here have moved back half, so they're going down by 1 in their shoot value. So 4s on the red dice and 5s on the blue dice. 3 hits. Needing 6s to kill. And they all live. Here's how it's looking, going on to priority. And it's drawn, which means it's Gondor priority. So with Steve getting priority that turn, I'm going to be calling a heroic move with Erkenbrand. So Erkenbrand called his heroic move, and although he couldn't get into combat himself, he was able to get some of the Sons of Ale and the Royal Guard charging the Minas Tirith infantry there, who responded. They just moved round, countercharged this Son of Ale, and his Knights of Minas Tirith with the banner are coming round there, and his King of Men have come up as well. He also charged up some of his guys into the Outriders and the Westfold Red Shield here, prompting the other guys to scatter, going in different directions. So it's just the two there that are under threat. AML and the Royal Guard have started wheeling around this side of the board, as have the Sons of Ale and the Westfold Red Shields coming over to that side. So we're going to go into shooting. So the only shooting is the two Outriders here are shooting at the Citadel Guard. They haven't moved, so they need a 3+. 2 hits. 6 is to kill. 1-6. He's dead. So the first combat of the game was the Son of Ale here, who charged in on the 2 warriors of Minas Tirith. Let's see what we get. We got the 3 attacks for charging.
Oh dear.
All of us. There's 5 1s there, guys. I don't know if you can see that. 5 1s. But luckily for me, Sons of Ale are higher fight value. So on fight value, the Son of Ale takes it, and the guy knocked down. Now I need a single 5 from the 6 dice. I get 1-6, so he dies. Next up, we've got the Son of Ale versus the 2 warriors of Minas Tirith here. So 3 against 2. You get 5. You can re-roll that one if you want. 5 highest. Oh, 2 5s. So I need 5 or more. And we get that 5 to win the fight. So both are knocked down, so therefore I get 3 attacks doubled on each one. So 2 on one of them, meaning 5s. Yep, one of them dies. And then 4 dice, needing 5s on that one. Oh, and he lives. So 1 warrior Minas Tirith dies. Next up, it's the Royal Guard versus the warrior Minas Tirith. What does the warrior get? He gets a 5, so 2 dice. I need 5 or more. We get that 5, and fight value takes it. So he's knocked down, so we need a 5 or 4 dice.
6.
Oh, and we get the 6 in the woods. Next up, we've got the Son of Ale who charged in. He was counter-charged, but it doesn't matter. I still get my 3 attacks. So, what do you get? 3 against 3. Oh. And that one's on the floor. But luckily, I got a 3 on the table, and 3 beats the 2s. So, the 2 in combat are knocked down, needing 5s. One of them dies, and needing 5s off the next 4. Oh, both of them die. So, now we've got the Outrider against Beregond, the veteran, and also the warrior Minas Tirith. I'm going to feint. Let's see what you get. You get a 6, you win. And you get a 6, and you take it. So I'm not back an inch. Now you're going to strike the horse or the man.
I'm going to strike the man.
Okay, so Beregond is strength 4, isn't he? So you need 4s on Beregond's 2 dice.
4s on black.
4s on black. And 5s. Oh! And the Outrider dies. First Rohan casualty. Next up, we've got the Westfold Red Shield, who was charged here by the Fountain Court, Guard of the Fountain Court, and the 2 Osgiliath veterans. So, what do you get? You get a 5 highest. So, if I get a 5, I can match this. And we get a 1, so we're beaten back. So, 5s to kill the man. Oh, yeah. Why are you rolling 4 dice?
Don't know. Take that one away. He's still dead. Take the highest away.
You see that? You see that? See that? Rolling more dice to wound. So this is how it's looking at the end of that turn. And this is the Gondor dead pile. Some of those are horses. Rohan, we're going to move into the next turn priority. Who's going to get it? Oh, priority Gondor. So this is how it's looking after movement. Erkenbrand moved up so that I got the charge on these guys. Steve tried to do a few little counter charge, but these guys have really come across the battlefield. In the meantime, Steve's force just pushing out here. I'll move back with the Outrider. These guys have stayed still, they're going to be shooting. And Aylmer and the Royal Guard have also moved up. That's the battlefield. Let's go in to shoot him. So the two Outriders here are going to shoot at Citadel Guard, needing 3s to hit. 1 hits, needing 6 to kill. Oh! And he goes down, just that spit him in there. And the Outrider here is also going to shoot at the Citadel Guard. So 3s to hit, 4s to hit because he's moved. We hit, and we need 6 to kill. And it's a 4. So it's now the start of the combat phase, and Erkenbrand has called a heroic combat with his last point of might. The King of Gondor there, he has also called a heroic combat. So we're going to roll off now to see who gets it. So it was your priority, because I called a heroic move, so you roll off. On a 1, 2, 3 it's you, on a 4, 5, 6 it's me.
3.
It's a 3, and I lose another roll off. So we'll do this combat first. So because Steve got that heroic combat, it is the King against the Rohan Royal Guard. It's 2 on 2. I'm fainting because I'm a lower fight value. Oh, get a 3 highest. And you get 6 and you win that fight. So I'm pushed back. Okay, and I'm guessing both strikes are on the guy. I'm defense 6, you're strength 4, so you need 5s. And you kill him. So after killing the Rohan Royal Guard, the King has charged in on the Son of Ale, so we're going to go into Erkenbrand's heroic combat. So Erkenbrand and one of the Westfold Red Shields is going to feint using the fight for the other Westfold Red Shield. So let's roll. We get a 6, we win. And we get some 6s, so we win. So we'll just start off with Erkenbrand's 6 strikes. So he did feint, so we need 5s re-rolling 1s. Oh, ouch. And he is dead, so these guys can go into other combats. So the next combat we're going to do is going to be the Banner Bearer versus the Charging Westfold Red Shield. So we've got 1 dice each. You get -1 because you're carrying a banner. Oh. So let's roll. No, I get a 4.
Hey, I get 0.
You get a 0. So we win that fight. So we need 5s to kill him. And he lives. Next up we're going to do the Westfold Red Shield against the Gondor guy here. So we've both got 1 dice. Let's see what you get. You get a 6, so I need a 6. Ooh, and I get a 5. So I back away. And you are strength 3. I'm defense 5, so you need 5s. Hey! And you kill him. Next up, the Son of Ale versus the Warrior of Minas Tirith. So 3 against 1, what do you get? You get a 4. Ooh, got a cocked dice there, but we did get a 4 as well. So therefore we win that combat. So he's knocked down, so we need 5s. Oh, and he's dead. Next up we're doing the Son of Ale, who's charging in on the Warrior of Minas Tirith on the floor. I'm going to Piercing Strike.
Can he shield while he's lying down?
He can shield while he's lying down. So you can roll 2 dice to shield. It makes sense to shield. Double 1, so I can't actually lose that.
Makes great sense.
So we take that. So our strength goes up to... it goes up by 2, so we're now strength 6, so we're winning on 4s. So 6 dice needing 4s. Yeah, and he's dead. Next up, we've got the Son of Ale versus the Citadel Guard there. I did charge in, so let's see what we... That's not Citadel Guard, is he? He's an Osgiliath veteran. And we win that fight. So he's knocked down, so 6 dice needing 5s. Oh, took me ages to see that then. I didn't see it for ages. Next up, we've got the Westfold Red Shield there and the Son of Ale charging in. Are you ready? You doing anything?
Shield.
You're going to shield. I'm going to Piercing Strike with both. If you shield, get a 5 highest. Let's see what we get. And we get a 6, so we win that. So the Westfold Red Shield goes up by 2 to strength 5. So he'll still need 5s. And the Son of Ale goes up by 1. So he's strength 5 as well. So we need 5s across the board. So 5s from the Westfold Red Shield. And he kills him on his own. So it's Erkenbrand against the King now, okay, so I've charged in, so it's a match fight value. You have to do a heroic strike at the start of the... because you did a combat.
Yeah,
because you did a heroic combat, you can't do it now. Okay, so let's roll off. That would be cool. Oh! And Erkenbrand takes it. So we've got 6 dice, needing 6s on the defense 7.
Yep.
And we get 1. We've got no more might. So your fate point, and you fail it. And therefore, you're down to 1 wound. So here's how it's looking at the end of that turn. Steve, are you broken or you 1 away? So you're 1 away from breaking, so we're going to go into the next turn, priority. Oh, it's Priority Gondor. Again, we've got like 3 on the row. So here's how it's looking after movement. And Steve just started to move all of his guys up here. He charged his King of Men in on this side, charged his Knights in, and he's just been counter-charged on that side. All of my horsemen moving in and around. AM are moving back up into it. And we do have some bow fire to do, so we're going to do that shooting now. So all 3 outriders are just going to shoot into the 2 guys on the end. They've not moved, so 3 plus. 2 hits. 6 to kill. Oh, it's cocked that one, but 1s and 2s, so they live. So first up, it's the Bannerman versus the Westfold Red Shield. So that's actually a 2. Oh, we get a 1. So you win that. So I'm pushed back. And you will need 5s. Oh, and you get the 5. The red shield goes down. So next up it's the king. He's going to shield. I've got the 2 Sons of Ale in there who will piercing strike. So let's see what happens. Who wins? 6s. You get 6s, so I can't win that, so I'm pushed back. So next up, the Knight of Minas Tirith. Erkenbrand is going to feint, and these guys are all going to piercing strike. So let's see what we get.
All highest.
And we get a 6, so we win that. So he's trapped, so we just start off with Erkenbrand. He needs 5s re-rolling 1s. We re-roll those 2 1s. Yeah, and he kills him with the re-rollers. A nice little feint now. And this is how it's looking at the end of that turn. Now we did start this game with a time limit, which I think we've gone over a little bit. So we're going to say that that was the last turn. Steve is now broken. And that means today it's a victory for all mounted Rohan. Epic handshake. We're going to go into the post-battle Batrep breakdown. Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to the post-battle Batrep breakdown. And that, I believe, is the first time I've ever played one of the new Desolation of Smaug scenarios. Second for you, is it? You did
second, third.
Third?
Third on 2 with Jamie, didn't I?
You did 2 with Jamie, you did Seize the Prize and...
Can't remember what the other one was. What it was called. I played with...
you did Domination. You did Domination.
Was it Domination?
Yep, so you played one. So you played Rescue there. We're going to talk about how it went. It was a victory for Rohan! All mounted Rohan. It was an interesting situation, wasn't it? Because you deploy your leader's warband in the middle, 6 inches from the middle. Then the attacker can deploy anywhere that's sort of 12 inches away from that bubble, or from the centre of the board, and then all of your subsequent warbands go away. Now, I think cavalry actually helped me in this instance.
Big time, yeah.
Massively.
I think if both sides were infantry, it would have been a more enjoyable game from my side. You played it as you had to, really, being cavalry, but basically I was just chasing you around the board, and
yeah,
nothing much could happen for me, really.
And that was my plan, really, was, you know, to try and pull them apart and then concentrate on anything that was left isolated, which is kind of what happened in the corner of the board towards the end. But it took a while of me using the advantage that I had was I had bow fire. And we kind of whittled you down, didn't we? Even though we needed 6s, kind of whittled you down. I did enjoy it. I can see how that would be quite tough for the defender in future. I mean, having cavalry did help me, but I think that could be quite a tough one for the defender. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think I didn't enjoy the scenario, I'll be honest, but for that reason, basically. But I think if both were infantry or both were cavalry, then it's an entirely different game. It'd be a lot more enjoyable, and I'd like to have a go both sides.
Yeah, and I didn't plan, I didn't look at the scenario and think, do you know what, this scenario, the way I'm going to win it, well, because we had to roll to be attacker or defender, didn't we? We had to roll to see if we were attacker or defender anyway. But it did actually suit the cavalry quite well, because there wasn't really much of a chance of you isolating me.
Could never catch you, it's as simple as that.
And even if you had, I mean, would you have done anything differently?
Probably from deployment, I would have encircled your leader, but then the problem I've got there is my force is all detached, and you could have just...
And very spread out, yeah. Which kind of what I thought you might do. And I thought, well, you know, you're going to have to do that whole glorious charge through one pinpoint part and make sure that my reinforcements came on the same side that I was trying to charge. And the whole goal really as the defender is to try and get your forces linked together. So you've not got just a tiny part of your army fighting against all their army. I did enjoy it. I do feel sorry for Steve, because obviously I had no way of kind of countering what we were doing there.
No.
You know. But I'm looking forward to doing it again. So that's been our post-battle Batrep breakdown. I'm not sure who I'd give man of the match to. I'm probably going to give my man of the match to having the Westfold Red Shield upgrades for the fight value, because I think I had higher fight value across the board.
Fights, yeah.
And the Outriders, just having 100% bows with the Rise of Rohan plus the Outriders really gave me the tactical flexibility that I needed in that battle. So guys, let us know if you enjoyed that scenario. Support your Hobbit hobby, and happy strategy battle gaming.